Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I don't know where we were, but we're back. And this is my great friend, Rebecca. We've become friends over the years because she's actually our staff photographer at the Glass Academy. Rebecca had a full-time job in Chicago when she was moving back to Michigan. She reached out to our graphic designer. They were friends and said, hey, I need some work. What do you know of? And we were fortunate enough to hire her. We've worked together for many years now.
Since 2017.
I love it because she's amazing. We talk about styles and trends, and she's really got a great eye for what the Glass Academy is. And meanwhile, as her family grows, she's created this other business because we put fabrics down on our displays and stuff, and Becky loves to sew. So she's like, oh, I've got these vintage fabrics. And so like our relationship even evolved way past photography for certain. So her kids are growing, she does a side hustle, and I think it's worth sharing because I think many of you might be interested in something like this or to see how she got her start. So without further ado, I'm zooming in on what she does and how she does it.
Okay.
The bench has moved.
All right, so this is my booth here at the Town Peddler. It's a shop in Livonia, Michigan. Open 7 days a week. It has craft dealers and also it has antiques and crafts.
And it's huge.
It's huge.
And they're having a sale today.
Yep, this whole weekend. It's their anniversary. So so I have two brands that I have here. It's Green Thimble, which is my sewing, and then Art of My Mind, which is my paintings, which I have actual acrylic paintings up here, and then magnets made for my paintings down here. My niches that I love, vintage, all things vintage, and so I use vintage fabric in most of my creations, and maybe if it's not 100% vintage, it's a part vintage, and if it's not vintage, then I try to get it from a thrift store. How do you find vintage fabric, you might ask? Well, estate sales is my number one go-to. I've been very lucky to come upon some of those where there's troves and troves of vintage fabric. I tend to like the yellows and greens. That's not everybody's cup of tea, so I try to expand and go for the purples and things, and it's just the combining all the different fabrics together is what I really love. Like, I'm not gonna make it super matchy-matchy.
And zip, yeah. This is so fun. So it's like a joy every time you open it. It's something different.
This one happens to match interior both pockets, but I don't always do that. I think this one, also matches. So it's okay. But the point is that I'm not going to use the same pattern for the whole thing. I'm going to make it fun. I like to make these little owls because I also don't want to waste any fabric either, and they all have their own names. This is Barry. Nice to meet you. This is Carol. I'm going to put them back in their nest.
And I think you mentioned like your kids help you name.
Yep. Yeah. I'll name them. They all have a different personality, and they'll help me come up with the names for them. So that's been fun.
And I think these are super fun. The bird on a branch.
Yes.
Where'd that idea come from?
I like combining like nature and things. I wanted to do more with the owls because currently as this, they're just kind of like an ornament or a pocket buddy and stuff. And I just kind of saw more potential with them because I enjoy making them so much because of the personalities they have. And then I have this one. That's a new idea for winter. My mom is also crafty. She made little hats. And so these are the little hoop owls, and they are also named. So
it's a family affair.
It is a family affair. And like I was mentioning with like combining the fabrics together, it's similar to painting to me, where you're layering colors and textures and things to make a complete piece. So these are, you probably made these with your grandma when you were younger. I'm bringing them back.
No, but I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, these are it's like a vintage thing. I try to evoke nostalgia, and it almost even ties in with my photography background as well, because photography is about capturing memories. You have a day, everything's gone from it, but you still have the photos. And so I think that's what draws me to like the nostalgia of the vintage fabric as well. It's my aesthetic, and it's about memories. So many times people will tell me like, oh, my grandma had this fabric in her cottage for her curtains, and that's when I make stuff, that's what I want to bring. So
I love this because this one looks like 70s fabric.
Yes, it definitely is.
And so someone's going to be like, oh, I was a kid in that time and this totally resonates. Or modern day now, people who are doing the vintage stuff are going to be like, no one else has this. I want it.
Right. Yeah. So So, I try to keep a variety of colors going to match people's taste and everything. And this was like a border print. I've made aprons out of it too. But I just put the cat face there for this purse. So this one's a really fun purse. And when I make bags, I like to put the inside zipper pocket too, and a little clip to hold your keys. Or if you also purchase one of my wallets, you can connect that inside too.
Right, look at you.
So I try to keep it all harmonious and together, and I'm just trying to bring some joy.
You do.
I enjoy making it. And
Tell
I
me
hope
about
it
your
makes it laugh.
display, because you worked on that really hard.
Yeah, so I've been here for 6 months now, so this has seen many evolutions. Recent additions are my branding, which branding is important. I have a nice QR code so you can follow me on Instagram.
Smart.
Lighting was key because I had this
Easy.
shelf which anchors the space, but then these things are kind of getting hidden. And here, oops, I dropped one, but I made these little ornaments, and I actually purchased these metal stars here many years ago, and
I wondered about those, where they came from.
yeah,
'cause
they actually
felt
came from the
vintage.
antique side here many years ago. I made a couple for my own Christmas tree, and then when I had this booth, I'm like, oh, I still have some of these stars, so I will make some for here. So they're nice with the little sequins. It's a little flashy for me, but it looks great on your tree. So, and then I have the magnets here, which are reproductions of other works that I've done. I paint, and I also do printmaking, so some of these are a mixture of that and collage. So,
And
but
they're
these-
all original handmade.
They're all
so if someone
yes.
wants a Michigan artist, now they've
right.
got it.
Yeah, so these are paintings that have sold, prints that have sold, but you can still get your mini version of it instead of the full size. So for Christmas, I've also added some. I used vintage fabric for these and added a little decoration. These are little Christmas tree ornaments. And then if you're tired of spending money on paper and cards, I have these gift card holders. So you can do that. There's like little loops, so you can still tie it with a ribbon or
nice,
tie it with
and hang
something
it.
else. Yeah. So I think those are like a useful thing instead of cards. And then I have my sale shelf
Dun, dun.
with great stocking stuffers, little corner bookmarks, and then wristlet key fobs. So these are just things that come in handy. You can put on your suitcase to make it more recognizable. Great
that's
for
a great idea.
teachers.
Giving
So-
the suggestions and ideas. And I like too that you started out, you've got a great space by the door or the window, so you get natural light.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about that maybe you'll go to a bigger booth, but you see how your sales do before you move there.
Right, yeah. So I do try to keep my price points affordable. But I would also like to expand. I mentioned I make aprons too. I don't have space for that in this booth, but maybe someday I will. And those are all very vintage inspired as well. So
And you did art fairs, but then you decided to
Yes.
land on the town peddler. What do you feel the difference is for you?
it's better time management, and I can kind of experiment with products in real time instead of setting up a whole display for 8 hours and it's not my market. Like I can learn, this has a customer base, and so I'm selling to a customer base that I can get to know over time, and I have adapted what sells. Like the magnets have been a huge sale, the owls have been a huge sale for me. And so it's interesting to learn instead of guessing like which community is going to pass through which craft show on which day. So
Great point. And do they call you if something's low? Are they watching inventory?
no, they have a system here that I can check on my sales and inventory very easily. So
Like
it's
from
nice.
home?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? That's awesome.
Yeah. You create the barcodes through there and stuff because everything has to have its own barcode. And so they have a whole system. You just log in and I can check obsessively all day. I'm like, did I sell anything? Did I sell anything?
So fun. And how often do you get paid from this venue?
Once a month. So they pay you your sales first, and then then the
rent.
next day they take the rent out of that. So you get your sales first deposit, and then they automatically withdraw the rent. So it's really just it's really great. And for me, this is really places close to my house, so that helps too.
Yeah, and so you create these works between your job, your kids.
Yeah, I have a full-time
one
job,
time.
2 kids, and so I'm fortunately a night owl. Wink, wink. So I take care of a lot of this stuff when most people are sleeping. But that's all right. That's what I like to do.
Okay, awesome. Other than this, we know we have your QR codes. We'll put all the stuff in the description. Do you do special orders or anything else we should know?
Yeah, if you see something that you like, but you would like a different color, you can reach out. You can message me on either platform. If you have a bird that you like and you don't want to paint but I haven't painted it here, let me know. We can talk. So I'm always happy to accommodate special orders.
Awesome. Well, Rebecca, thank you for your time today. I super appreciate it. All the stuff will be in the descriptions. Let us know what you think. And I think that's it.
All right. Thanks. Bye.